Salute, 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 everyone. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome to the post game show. Welcome to the post game show. I'm your host, Armando Black, here with my co host, Yanu. Salute to you, Yanu.
Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I'm
Yeah.
so excited today. You know why? You know why? You know why?
Yeah, your team bounced back. Hey,
Yes, they
this
did.
has been a weird day in college football. We
Mhm.
had some things that happened, some strange things. This is gonna go down as one of the weirdest week twos of all time in college football. This tops 2007. This tops what happened in 2007 with the Appalachian State in Michigan. What Northern Illinois did today when they went into South Bend and defeated a top 10 ranked Notre Dame team, that right there was epic. But before we go any further, I'm going to salute the chat here real quick. Salute to you, Toby. Salute to you, Black Gal. Salute to you. At it again. Salute to you. Salute, 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 salute. Queen Gertrude, salute. Your roll tide is struggling right now. What's going on with them? Salute, salute, flip, salute to you. And salute to everyone that's in the chat. Salute, salute, salute. Um, D Truth and Sniper will be joining us here shortly. But wow, what a day. What a day today was. Michigan and Texas was the headline game of the day, and that turned into a straight up beatdown. I mean, the Texas, the Longhorns, they went into Ann Arbor and they just manhandled Michigan. I was very surprised. I actually picked Michigan in that game. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I'm an SEC guy, but I just figured that being that they were at home and Michigan, the defense that they were bringing back, the talent on defense that they were bringing back, the talent that they have in the secondary that was returning to the team. I just figured that they would, you know, it, I just figured that they would be a problem for Texas, but not only were they not a problem for Texas, they just got manhandled in their own backyard. So that was a huge surprise today. And what happened in Lexington was also a surprise. South Carolina went into Lexington, into Kroger Field, and just put the beat down. I mean, the absolute beat down on Kentucky. That was also a surprise. We also had um, the huge upset in South Bend, Indiana. That was also a shocker. That game wasn't even on any of our picks. But Northern Illinois, and for those of you that don't know, this is not the first time that Northern Illinois has done anything like that. If you can remember, 21 years ago, back in 2003, they went into Bryant Denny and they did the same thing to Bama. So it's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. But we also have we have a breaking story. Would you like to go ahead and break and reveal that breaking news of what happened
Yeah,
in with the ex Clemson player?
yeah,
Salute to you, Teron Black. So salute to you, brother.
yeah. His name is DeAndre Overton.
Hmm.
He has just passed on. He's 26 years old. He passed today. Um,
And
they don't have the reason yet. It just,
mhm,
didn't happen that long ago. So it's been about 6 hours or a little bit more than that since this happened. But
mhm,
they just confirmed it,
mhm,
and he has passed on.
mhm. And for those of you that don't remember DeAndre Overton, he was on those two national championship teams. The first one with Deshaun Watson, and the second one with Trevor Lawrence back in 2018. I also remember him from the 2019 playoff game when they played Ohio State. He made a couple of key catches in that game that led to that comeback. 'Cause Ohio State had like I think it was like an 18-point lead going into halftime, and Clemson came out in the second half and mounted a comeback, an epic comeback, and Overton was a big part of that comeback. He made some very great catches in that game. So my
Yeah.
condolences is out to his family, his loved ones, and our thoughts and prayers are with him, his family,
And
and
his friends as
yeah, his
well.
friends and
His
teammates.
former playmates.
Mm,
Yes.
yes, 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 and that just goes to show you, at the end of the day, these players, they're human. At the end of the day, we cheer for them, we root for them. Some of these players we root against them, but at the end of the day, when the lights are off in the stadiums and they come out of those pads and helmets and take off the cleats and everything and they walk out of that tunnel, they're human just like all of us. So our thoughts and
Yes.
prayers are with him and his family. Our deepest
Yes.
sympathy and condolences to that young man.
100.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna get into. I'm gonna let you take over, and what we can do is just you can ask me the questions, and I'll ask them to the best of my ability. So we're not going to hold everyone too long. The post game show, I try not to make it as long as the kickoff show. So we do have a couple of games still playing at the time. Bama right now is struggling with South Florida and Bryant Denny on Nick Saban night. Nick Saban was being honored tonight. I think they was unveiling a statue or something like that. They are struggling with South Florida. So that goes to what I was saying earlier this morning. You Bama fans, you need to quit listening to Kangaroo Black and all these other Alabama podcasters that are selling champagne wishes and caviar pipe dreams to you, because you're not the same without Nick Saban.
Yeah, breaking news, he was shot. I just saw it.
Wow.
It popped up. He was
Wow.
shot, so
Wow. My condolences to his family.
definitely. What did we learn about Texas today?
What did we learn about
Armando.
what did we learn about Texas today? They are tremendous in the trenches. Salute to you, Bacardi. They are
Hello,
they
hello.
are they are great in the trenches. They have a great O line. A lot has been said about their offense. A lot has been said about the skill set players, but one thing that really hasn't been under the radar and hasn't really been mentioned is how good they are in the trenches. Texas is great in the trenches on both sides of the ball, the offensive line and defensive line. That defense stood up today, kept Michigan. They just smothered Michigan's offense. Now, a lot of that had to do with the fact that Michigan does not have a quarterback. They don't have. They're not the same as they've been for the last 3 years. That O line uh, was outplayed today. That O line is pathetic. Donovan Edwards did not have a good game because he did not. They did not get in the push. He couldn't get it. The O line couldn't get any push to open up any holes for him, and the receivers weren't able to get separation. It was all around great performance by Texas. They are definitely legit. The question of whether or not they are hype or legit, they are definitely legit, and they are going to be dangerous moving forward. Definitely. I think from what I've evaluated in the last 2 weeks and for what I've seen uh, leading up until tonight, the three the three best teams, in my opinion, in the SEC right now is Georgia, Texas, and Tennessee. Those are the three best. Missouri, they're kind of in there. Ole Miss, I got to see Ole Miss against a legit opponent. I'm not going to crown you by beating up on cupcakes. I got to see Ole Miss against a legit opponent before I can actually evaluate them the way I've been able to do. the rest of these teams.
Okay. Does anybody have any pushbacks?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm
Salute to
sorry.
you.
I just had to do it. Had to do it.
Salute to
Hey,
you,
go
Sickle.
Dogs.
Salute to you, Sickle.
I had to do it. There's nobody else up here, but I had to do it. Okay. What did we learn about Penn State today, Armando?
What did we learn about Penn State? Penn State, um, they have some issues. They have some serious issues in that locker room. Something is going on. That team is just not, they're not together. Something is off with them, and I can't really put my finger on it. If James Franklin does not correct the problem, then he will not be back for another year. He will not return in 2025 because those fans are getting fed up. They are getting fed up. There's no excuse. He's had ample amount of time. This is a blue blood program. This is not like going to Norfolk State or or going to Iowa State or somewhere like that and trying to turn the program around. No, you are at Penn State. Penn State is a blue blood with plenty of money, with plenty of prestige, and you got to get it done. You got to get it done, and you know, and it's not the knock on James Franklin was he could not get past. Salute to you, Alpha. He couldn't get past Ohio State, couldn't get past Michigan. Now you're struggling with teams like Bowling Green. You're struggling with Bowling Green today. That's hey Alpha, they got it. These
Hello, Alpha.
teams, I mean these alumni and boosters, they'll get together and raise that money to get them up out of there. But before they do that, I caution them: have somebody on deck, have another coach that you plan to bring in and hire, like what Georgia did when the AD pulled the trigger on Mark Richt and fired Mark Richt. They had already spoken with Kirby Smart. You got to do it like that. You can't just, okay, dismiss him and then go rush and hire someone, and then you do that, you're setting your program back 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, like what Tennessee did and what Florida is doing now. So Penn State has some issues. They have some issues, and I think it starts at the top with James Franklin. There's something going on with him.
Okay. Hello, everybody in the chat. Before I forget to
Salute
say
to
hello.
everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. Salute,
Yes.
salute. Welcome to the post game show.
Smash it. All right. Okay, so what did we learn about Notre Dame today?
Well, I had intended on giving a public apology to Sniper because Sniper tried to warn us. He had been warning us since August that that it's a pattern with Notre Dame. Notre Dame will it's just something about them. They'll win games that you think they're not going to win. They'll go and they'll go down a Kyle Field and beat Texas A&M, and then come back home and lose to a team that they have no business losing to. It's how many we've seen this happen before. We've seen this happen with Lou Holtz. I remember back in '93 when the game of the century, the part 2, with Florida State and Notre Dame. When Charlie Ward, the year Charlie Ward won the Heisman, and I mean that was one of the best college football games of all time. One of the greatest. I almost got fired that day from my job because I took a long extended lunch break and I went into one of them rental centers and I was, eating my lunch in there and watching the game on one of those TVs, and I almost lost my job that day. That was back in 93. But the following week, they're at home in South Bend and they lose to Boston College by a field goal. It's crazy. Notre Dame has been doing that for years. But I also, like I said at the top of the program, Northern Illinois has done this before. They did this 21 years ago. They went into Brian Denny and they did the same thing to Bama back in 2003. So Northern Illinois is known for doing this, but Notre Dame, a sniper, you were right. Notre Dame is definitely a pretender. Definitely a pretender. You do not go to Kyle Field and do what you did last Saturday and then come back on your season opener, your home opener, and lose to a non-ranked team. You just don't do that unless you're a pretender. So, hey, man, my apologies. You were right. I'm man enough to admit it. You were right. Hey, brother. Hey, go ahead. Let me hear the I told you so's, because you tried to tell all of us here up on the panel since August that Notre Dame, you said wait for it. They gonna choke. You said it. You said, Mondo, wait for it. They gonna choke. And they did. Today was that day they choked.
Sniper.
Bro, let me tell you, as I was sitting here, man, Notre Dame is one of those teams that you think you about to get some booty from someone, and then you get right there to the end, and they say, you know what, I can't do this. That's what Notre Dame is like. It's just like this Colorado team right now getting worked by Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame disappointed me because I wanted to be wrong. But they disappointed me. How you let?
What is a home warranty?
How you let the home warranty division beat you? And they worked them both sides of the field. Both sides of the field. I know it's just a couple of points, but they worked Notre Dame both sides of the field. Good job on you, NIU. Oh, Armando.
Yes, sir.
Big bro, I told you so.
I knew it was coming.
You sure did. You told us about a couple of teams that we got. You did. You told us. Now, another one. You called it. You said, and I didn't even have them in our Q&As tonight because I didn't think that what's happening in Tuscaloosa right now, I had no idea it was going to go down like the way it's going tonight. You said that this was going to be one of the worst Bama teams that we've seen in almost 20 years. It sure looks like that because they're in Bryant Denny. Once again, Bryant Denny night game on Nick Saban night. This is the night that they're honoring Nick Saban. And they are getting manhandled by South Florida. Yeah, Bama's leading by 1 point, but South Florida is really outplaying them.
But you have to remember, last year when they played FIU, they only won 13-10, I believe, 13 to something. They didn't win big. And this year, without Nick Saban at the helm, I knew it was going to be work. I knew it was going to be. They was going to work them. And what did I call them earlier? Happy Feet Jones in the back as quarterback. He it's a hit or miss with him. But hey, there's still a lot of football to play on the Alabama game. Alabama fans, y'all better be hoping that y'all pull this one off, because if not, you gonna be in the same category as another team I mentioned earlier. Even though they're winning, um, even though they're winning, don't let it be pulled off. But anyways, yeah. Alabama is not the and, just like
I don't know what happened there.
I don't
But yeah,
either.
man, I don't know what happened there, but man, yeah, man, Bama is they're listen, you Bama fans, I'm not saying your team is bad, but your team is not elite this year. You're not elite, nowhere near it. Quit letting Kangaroo Black sell you a bunch of pipe dreams. He's over there in everything you over there saying, Mr. Black. It sounds good. It sounds good. But in real life, sir, Nick Saban is not walking out that tunnel. Okay? Nick Saban is not attending any practices. You don't have the level of talent on that team that you've had in the past 15 years. And DeBoer, yes, he's won everywhere he's went, but look where he's went. He's went to the Division 3 college, the FCS, and he was out at Washington when the Pac-12 was kind of down. I'm gonna mute you up a little bit real quick. When the Pac-12 was kind of down. It's not like he did that in the SEC or in the Big Ten. You got to remember that. Salute to your integrity. Salute to you. Yeah, Gertrude. It ain't the same. It ain't the same without Nick. It's a difference. You were delusional if you thought that you were going to come in to 2024 and just plug in any old coach. And just because you got that uniform that says Bama, them crimson uniforms and them crimson helmets, that you're just going to walk out on the field and do the same thing that you did 10 years ago. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. You got to accept it. You know what you Bama fans remind me of right now? New England Patriot fans. You're still living in the past. And you won't accept the fact that you are not the same anymore. You're not. It's like Ray Perkins all over again. It's like that. I'm just keeping it 100.
What's the coach? How you pronounce the coach name?
Kalen DeBoer.
DeBoer. Everybody thought because Kalen DeBoer came from Washington that he was going to be able to do the same thing. Oh, he's a quarterback's coach, and he's this and he's that. How long did he have to train and get Pitts Jr. To his standards? And Pence was hurt majority of the time.
But to be honest with you, Pence came to the table with talent. I think he came from Indiana or Purdue, one of the two. I think it was Indiana. Pence could have did that anywhere. Pence could have did that at Utah. He could have did that at Texas. He could have did that at Oregon. It's like, I'm gonna give you an example. DeBoer landing Penix is like Chisnick landing Cam Newton. He was a once in a lifetime generational type player. that could make a difference to any program. Is a special player.
That's true. I just think that they put the boy on a pedestal like he was the next coming Saban,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not going to get what Saban was able to do in the years he was at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they had 5 people leave to go to Florida State. We saw the boy from Texas, Bond, who left
Balled
Alabama.
out today. Balled out
He
today.
balled out.
Oh my God, he balled out today.
You see these players that left Alabama. They went to teams that they get in their playing time, but they're actually able to do something because they got
Mm-hmm.
the extra talent there. And I'm gonna tell you something. Just like you were saying earlier when we was backstage, Texas need to they need to beefing up a little bit. I think that Michigan is down. They don't have the defensive players. They got one defensive player that makes a difference on that team. But they need to work that out, because when they get into big boy play, it's going to be on and popping for Texas. I'm going to tell you that right now. I see Texas losing a couple of games if they don't get their offense together. Their defense is pretty tight now, but then again, that's going to be that we'll see later on if their defense is who they say they are.
My only concern for Texas is not the talent that's on the team. It's not the coaching, because Sarkisian is legit. He won out there at USC. He's a great coordinator. He won some national titles under Pete Carroll. He won some national titles up under Nick Saban. So his coaching skills are not in question. My only concern for this Texas football team this year is attrition. I don't think they're a very deep enough team to withstand the level of talent that they're going to be facing in the SEC and in the college football playoffs this year. I think that will be the reason that they could get tripped up. Now, as far as Michigan, I'm not going to completely write them off. Could have had a bad day.
Nope, I'm writing them off.
The only reason why I'm not writing them off, because I think back to September 2016, when half of the country had wrote Clemson off, when they got upset at home on homecoming by an unranked Pittsburgh team. They got outplayed and dominated that entire game. And half of the country wrote them off. They done. And what happened at the end? Deshaun Watson led them to the playoffs. They beat Ohio State. They got in the national championship game and defeated Bama. And they was the last team standing.
Hold on 1 second. Shiloh is down.
Yeah, Shiloh. That was I forgot to mention that Shiloh broke his forearm in the first half.
Okay. Shador, it just got looked like Shador just got hurt. I didn't mean Shiloh. Shador just got hurt.
Shador. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like his helmet to helmet. And it might not be a targeting, but he was sliding. Oh, he's back in the game. He stepped out for a little bit. He got his helmet back on.
He's tough.
Yeah, he's a tough. This brother's been sacked damn near 7 times already.
I just want to say this, okay? Deion, man, look, like I said, man, Deion was one of my childhood heroes. Okay, I had a poster of him in my locker when I was playing high school football. I played safety. I was returning kicks. I wanted to be like Deion, but Deion, this kid was on everybody's draft board. Mel Kiper had him going in the first round. Todd McShay had him going in the first round. Every draft board had him going in the first round. Okay, I think Deion being a little selfish, convincing that kid to come back for a senior year. Yeah, he making good money this year, but he could have been making 3 times more than what he's making now. He would have been in the NFL. If you were gonna convince him to come back, you should have did a better job of putting the O-line around him, a better O-line around him.
Yeah, because Colorado definitely don't have an O-line. This boy has been running for his life all game.
This O-line, and like I was telling my wife, what I'm saying, because she's a huge Deion fan also. Like I was telling her, this O-line is worse than last year. I'm sorry.
I totally agree with you.
Huh?
But I totally agree with you. But I'm gonna say it one more time. Hey, big bro, I told you so.
Yeah.
This Colorado team, they have Shador, they have Hunter, and they got Shiloh, and a little bit of Mr. Junior. What's his name?
Horn
Junior.
But they have Will Shepherd. They don't know how to use them.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Their tunnel vision. They finally got a touchdown. Their tunnel vision with Travis Hunter. Their tunnel vision with Travis Hunter. Will Shepherd. Have you not seen the highlights on him, Deion? Do you not know what this kid can do? Pull up that Notre Dame game when Vandy played Notre Dame a couple of years ago, and what he did to that Vandy defense. I mean, what he did to that Notre Dame secondary. Yes, Sikkim. It's about time. But if they struggling to score on South Florida, on the 28th, they are in serious trouble, and we'll be coming off a bye week. We're going into that game coming off a bye week. They are in trouble.
Wait, who? Alabama scored again?
Yeah.
Oh.
You knew?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is the thing. D Truth had wrote down all the picks and everything, so won't really know. We won't really know until Sniper does his show on Wednesday on how the picks went, because I didn't write anything down. D Truth wrote everything down.
Where he at right now? I know he not trying to go.
No. Today was his mom's birthday. I think they were doing something special for his mom.
Oh,
yeah.
He Cal put in work.
Yeah.
Cal put in work.
That was also a shocker. That was also a shock. I could see something like that happening on the neutral field, but to do that in Jordan Hare, that was a shocker. But you knew. Do the honors.
All right. What did we learn about South Carolina today, Sniper?
Nothing. I would just be real with you. Nothing. I didn't learn anything from South Carolina today. It was just they got a win in. It was not impressive, but yeah, I didn't learn nothing from South Carolina today.
Hey,
all right, look, Armando.
What we learned from, I gotta agree with Sniper. I think it was more a situation that Kentucky was a little overhyped. Kentucky was a little overhyped. The media, those clowns over there at the SEC network, boy, I tell you, they are good at overhyping teams. But we're gonna find out what South Carolina's made of when they meet your LSU Tigers, Miss You Knew. That's when we ain't learned nothing about South Carolina today. What we learned was that Kentucky is is not all that what they were making up, what the media was making them out to be. So I have to agree with Sniper on that. We'll
Yeah,
find out about South Carolina next week when they see LSU.
and South Carolina, they first of all, again, Kentucky has nothing to play for this year because aren't they under suspension? Aren't they?
No.
The Kentucky's under suspension. If I
Are
remember,
they?
yes,
I,
that's why I keep saying Kentucky is only thing they could do this year is ruin people's seasons, which they didn't do a very good job today. But Kentucky is who we know they to be. They play
mhm,
down to their opponents, and when
mhm.
they get into a shootout and they get into a good battle, they don't know how to handle it. Now they'll come out and play Georgia like it's a national championship, but they will. They're going to they South Carolina did not do anything impressive today besides just get a win.
Mm. All right. I gotta agree with you on that. I gotta see him against LSU next week. But the jury is out. I gotta see him next week against LSU. Bottom line.
All
All right, Miss
right.
Una.
Okay. Arkansas should fire Sam Pittman and hire Bobby Petrino ASAP. Yes or no? And I hope I got his name correctly.
It's Petrino. But you was close.
Petrino.
Yeah,
I was
you was
close.
close. Yeah.
It's all right. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You're doing a very good job there. You knew
Very
Oh,
good
thank
job.
you.
very
Thank
good.
Mhm.
you.
I
Thank
would.
you.
Now, I know in about a couple of weeks you're gonna start answering some of these questions after you watch a couple of games and start studying a little bit. I know you're gonna be able to answer some of these questions. But
Yeah.
go ahead, Armando.
Armando.
Um, Unfortunately, yes. It's the time. I mean, man, just like Flavor Flav used to tell them women on his show, "Hey, look, your time is up. His time is up, bro. What happened today was just ridiculous. He blew that lead. He got out coached by Mike Gundy. Uh, that was just a coaching blunder. He got flat out coached in that second half, and it wasn't even funny. It wasn't. It was pathetic. Sam Pittman is a good guy to have on your staff. He can, come in and build up your O line and your D line or whatever. But as far as running a program and as a head coach, mm, nope. Some coaches are just meant to be on a staff and not to be running a program. He's one of the ones that just should be on somebody's staff. So Sam Pittman, they need to go ahead and do what they got to do, buy him out and hire Bobby Petrino. Bobby Petrino had them consistently in the top 10, in the top 5 when he was the head coach. As long as Bobby Petrino can stay off of motorcycles with half-naked women, he and half-naked girls on campus, he'll be all right. Yes, it's a yes for me.
All right, Sniper.
It. Yeah, it's a. I don't. It's going to be a no for me, and the only reason why I say no is Bobby Petrino is out of his. This new league in college football is out of his league. Um, he could be a good play caller, but to be a head coach in this time and age in 2024, I don't think he'd be able to handle it. Just like the Nick Sabans, these older generational coaches. Bobby Petrino had his time to be head coaches. Yes, he did good back in the day, but this time and age, I don't think he'll be able to handle it. That's pass interference for, but yeah, I don't think that's I don't think he'll be able to handle it at all.
Okay, next question. What did we learn about Mike Gundy today? Sniper.
I'm sitting here just giving you the whole spiel, and I'm on mute. He had his offense and his defense ready. He had his team ready to fight. I think he did a pretty good job.
All right, Armando.
He's hungry. The man is hungry. That he knows he's he's kind of getting up in age a little bit now, and with all the talent that has come in and out of Oklahoma State, I'm quite sure he's reflected on it and wondered, okay, hey, look, I've underachieved. What happened in 2011, I still say to this day he got screwed out of the opportunity to play for a national championship. But those other years that it was right there in front of him, he could not get the job done. He could not do it on the big stage. I see a difference in Mike Gundy. I see a little eye of the tiger on the sidelines. He is not the nonchalant attitude that he's had in the past. I see a man that's hungry to get into the playoffs and compete for a national title. So that's what I learned about Mike Gundy today. The man is hungry.
All right, next question. Okay, the ACC conference in wide open in 2024, yes or no? Oh, I'm sorry, is wide open. Armando.
Right now, I'm gonna have to say not really. I think it's it'll come down between Miami and Clemson. I think it'll be a two-man race. Miami and Clemson, in my opinion, those are the two best teams. Boston College, I'm not really I'm not gonna really put them on that level until I see them compete against some more teams in the ACC. I just think they just caught Florida State on a good night. Florida State had some serious issues on defense. But Miami is playing on another level, and Clemson is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. So Georgia Tech is just, they failed the test today, in my opinion. They failed the huge test today. So I got to say it's a two-man race, Miami and Clemson. So
I would like for you
no.
to say that a little bit louder. A little bit louder for the people in the back
Miami and Clemson. I mean, 'cause I've seen enough. I've seen all I need to see. The rest of the ACC is just, mid-tier teams.
I'm going to
All
be
right,
honest.
Sniper.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that I want to give Georgia Tech one more shot. I know they lost today by a field goal. No, yeah.
One more time. What was that
I'm
name?
I know that Georgia Tech lost a game today. We called it and said that it was going to be. I think we all went Georgia Tech though. But I'm gonna give them one more shot to see what they can do when they start ACC play. Um, but to be wide open, no, it's not wide open. As the body of work between, and again, Clemson and Miami, and I'm putting Georgia Tech third. They are so it's still going to be a close race between them, and I don't think that Clemson plays Miami this year, if I'm correct.
Next question. All right. Michigan got exposed today, yes or no? Sniper.
You can't
Are you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Just got another touchdown.
Oh.
LSU just got another touchdown. Go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. I was like wondering what was going on, but all right. Hey, you can't expose a team that everybody knows what they're about. First of all, you can't win if you can't get other people's signs. You can't win when your defensive line can't put no pressure on the quarterback. You can't win if you don't know who your starting quarterback is. So they wasn't exposed. Michigan was unprepared. Michigan was just lost the whole game. So no, they was not exposed, because you can't expose somebody where you already know who they are.
All right, Armando.
Yep, absolutely. They got exposed today. Yes, they got exposed today in the worst way, at home in front of over 100,000 fans. And you know, they need to tighten it up. And not saying that they can't, and I'm not saying that they're completely out of the playoff picture, because we have a 12 team this year. But yeah, they got exposed today. What we found out about them today is they're nowhere near the level that they were on last year. Nowhere near it.
Armando, I'm gonna disagree with you one. I'm gonna disagree with you in one thing you said. I do not think that Michigan is gonna make it in that top 12. There's 15 other teams that is better than Michigan as of today.
But I mean, the way it looks like they're not going to make it in that top 12. Okay, it looks like they're not going to make it in that top 12. But what they have in front of them, if they can run the table and win the rest of their games and beat Ohio State, because by that time Ohio State will probably be in the top 3. If they could, if they get a win over them, one loss, and a Big Ten championship, Big Ten, because remember, that's an out of conference game. They lost today. That was an out of conference. That wasn't a Big Ten game. If they run the table in the Big Ten, because I mean, think about it now. The Big Ten. Okay, Iowa lost today. Oregon isn't. We found out Oregon ain't who we thought they were. USC is like Jekyll and Hyde. Penn State Come on, bro. They'd struggle with Bowling Green. So who's left? Ohio State. And they have Ohio State number. They have their number. So
They had their number last year, bro.
they've had their number for the last 3 years.
Okay, but if we just they had their number last year. This is 2024. I don't think that Michigan has the talent. First of all, who's their starting quarterback? They went through 3 today in the first half alone. Who's going to lead that offense? Where's their running back been? Who's
I'm just saying. I remember people were saying the same thing about Bama. When Texas went into Brian Denny and outplayed them, they remember they was up by double digits most of that game, and they went in Brian Denny and Jalen Milroe was getting sacked all over the place, and then the following week they struggled against South Florida. People wrote Bama off, including myself. A lot of people wrote Bama off, and they won the rest of their games. So I'm just saying, man. There have been some times. I remember that time we went remember that time we got blown out by Auburn, and people wrote us off. We came back, won the rest of our games, got back to Atlanta, and we beat Auburn in the rematch.
Yeah, I understand that, bro. But we're talking about. Did you watch their body of play, right?
I watched it, bro, and what they got their butts handed to them, just like we got our butts handed to us by Auburn that night. We got embarrassed by Auburn, and we didn't look like no playoff team that night, but we bounced back.
Okay, but Auburn is in the SEC, and we're not talking. They played a non-conference game. I'm just saying the way they played today. Don't put them nowhere near.
I'm not putting. Let me rephrase it again. One game, 12-team playoff. Technically, they're not out of it. I know you think they're garbage, and you're predicting they're gonna lose some more games. When that happens, officially they're done. But right now, technically, they're not done. They're not even gonna. I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna be done. If they're not gonna drop all the way out of the top 25, as long as they're in the top 25 and they're in striking distance, and they take care of business and win the rest of their games. Because remember, the rule of thumb in the college football, if you're gonna lose, it's best to lose early in September.
In your words that you hit me with 3 times today, it sounds good. It sounds good. But in real life, I'm not even going to get to coaching decisions. Their coach is not to the level to win big games. Yeah, he had some emotional games he won last year, but it's big boy season again, and I don't think he has the talent of players. I don't think he has. He doesn't know who is, like I said again, who his starting quarterback's going to be. And there's some teams out there that will watch this game and said, "Okay, I know how to. We know how to beat them when they come to us, or we go to them." If you can get beat in your own stadium, and you got beat by a very good Texas team. No, a good Texas team. I'm not saying very good, because they had some struggles too on offense. There's going, and in your words, they're going to have to handle business. Am I going to hold them to the fire to handle business? No, I think they are. This is the year that they have to figure. They're going to have to figure it out and be back later.
Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, let's look at this schedule here. They have Arkansas State on the 14th. They have USC, which USC is ranked 13th. Okay, USC is ranked 13th.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there.
Go ahead.
USC. Watching the game today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that their corners can shut down their USC receivers?
I don't think USC has the caliber of receivers that Texas has.
Oh, we're looking at Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't
thought
think
we're still on
USC.
Michigan, my bad. I can't see it.
Hold on. When I'm saying, you can't see the schedule.
Yeah. I thought we was looking at Michigan.
This is Michigan's schedule. I mean, you asked me a question. I'm giving you an answer. USC's their wide receiver core is nowhere near the level of Texas. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not on that level. It's Texas receivers. It's Isaiah Bond now.
So they're not if they're not on that level. And do you think Michigan's corners can handle them?
I don't really know.
Mm.
I don't really know because they like I said earlier this morning, USC receiver made some lucky plays against LSU. And John Emery went down. If John Emery wouldn't have went down, do you honestly believe that LSU would have lost that game? I don't think so. I really don't think so. They're just like if somebody would have asked me if Herschel Walker would have went down with an injury, would we would have still won the national title in 1980? And I'll tell them, hell no. Hell to the no. When you lose your best player, you are not the same again. You're not. You're not the same. And that's their best player, John Emery Jr. So they beat LSU without their best player. So although the ranking says 13 here for USC, the jury is out on that. And that's going to go up. That ranking is going to go up. I wouldn't be surprised if they put USC in the top 10 tomorrow. Come tomorrow at 2:00 and the new polls come out there at number 10, ranked 10, because Michigan is going to drop. Notre Dame is going to drop. So USC is going to move up in the top 10. So who's to say that on the 21st that Michigan takes care of business there, then take care of business there, Washington, Illinois? You don't think any of this is possible? Michigan State? You don't think any of this is possible?
Huh? Let's keep going and let's see. Michigan State always give them trouble.
Yes, that's a rivalry.
Okay, that's a rivalry. You got who else you got on there?
Oregon. You got Oregon right here on November the 2nd. Then you got Indiana on the 9th of November. Then on the 23rd, you got Northwestern. And then there you go right there. The big dogs, Ohio State. Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, they got until October to November to figure this out. But I don't think I don't think running the tables in their future. I really don't think it's because of, again, what are they going to have, again, I ask you this question, are they going to have a quarterback by the time they get to next week? Because their quarterback play was horrible. All three of them, horrible.
Well,
That's what I'm looking at. The quarterback play. I'm looking at the defensive play. You let Texas run all over you.
well, like I said, if they lose this game right here, in my opinion, that's when I'll write them off.
Mm-hmm.
When they lose, if they lose on the 21st at home to USC, they have that game at home. USC will be inside the top 10. Like I said, they lose this game right here. They're done. They're done. Stick a fork in them. They are done. They're done. Yep, they're done. All right. You knew.
All right. Marcus Freeman got out coached today by Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock. Yes or no, Armando?
Yeah. Shout out to Thomas Hammock. Yes, he outcoached Marcus Freeman. He outcoached him. He flat out outcoached him. Brilliant game plan, brilliant strategy. My hat's off to him. And I just want to say to all these ADs that are looking for head coaches and you have not even have not even reached out to this man or dialed this man's number or don't even have this man on your radar, quit playing politics. Quit playing these good old boy political games. Do you want to win championships? Do you want to have a successful program? Then give this brother and brothers like him an opportunity to come to your program and see what he can do. Because that win today was not a fluke. That win today was for real. That man went in the South Bend. Wow, this into a situation where this team had momentum, came in this game with momentum, and he flat out coached Freeman. He coached him. So congratulations to Coach Hammock and the Northern Illinois team. Congratulations to you. Yes.
All right, Sniper.
Yes, ma'am. He got outcoached. He got outplayed. Hey, again, I had to go and look up what NIU NIU stood for. Because I couldn't think, and I was like, Northern Illinois. Man, Notre Dame better get this. And next thing you know, I mean, the body of work that they had and they put in, they did everything they could to. They threw the kitchen sink at doggone Notre Dame, and they did everything right. And they just could. They at the end of the game set themselves up for success. Just want to let y'all know that Nebraska just beat Colorado.
Yeah, they did horrible today.
Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They had negative 24 yards rushing in the first half.
I said horrible.
Yeah, you need another adjective.
Extremely horrible.
Yeah, they got beat down bad. They got over. First of all, the media is to blame. Okay, when they beat North Dakota State, in them ESPN folks, they are nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. They're front runners. Okay, they love to hype up what's popular. And Deion is what's popular, okay? So they treated Colorado like they just beat freaking Ohio State or somebody, okay? When they actually almost lost. If the man would have had a stronger arm and could have got that ball a little closer to the end zone, North Dakota State would have won that game. But Georgia beats a 14th ranked Clemson team, and they barely want to show the highlights. And all they talk about is, instead of giving Georgia the credit that they deserve, Georgia's good. They beat Clemson. They did this to Clemson. What's the talk? Oh, the only reason why Clemson lost because Dabo don't want to go into the transfer portal. Dabo needs to start using the transfer portal instead of giving Kirby the credit that he deserves. That is why I say that Kirby is the most disrespected head coach, in my opinion, in college football, because they don't give that man they don't give that man his flowers that he deserves. And I guarantee you on the 28th, when Georgia goes in there and destroy Bama, and notice I said when they do it, and because they are going to do it, when they go in and destroy Bama in Brian Denny on the 28th, the talk is going to be, well, Bama's not the same. Bama's down because Saban is gone. Instead of giving Kirby and Georgia the credit and just saying, oh, Georgia and Kirby are just that damn good. They're just that damn good. There's always going to be, something that's dealing with the other team. Instead of just giving Georgia the credit that, hey, you're just good. You're good. You're the best right now.
This is a piggyback off that. We Georgia, and I'm speaking as a Georgia fan on this comment. Georgia's it knows that they're not going to get the credit. 2 national championships in 3 years, out of 3 years, and we still talk about Alabama. We still talk about Ohio State.
After the 28th, they're going to hype up Texas.
They're going to do whatever they can to for years. You think about it. For years, it didn't matter what any team did, and I say, like, it don't matter what any. Michigan could have beat Ohio State 100-2, and they'd be like, "Well, Bama." Every highlight, every time we turn around, Bama this, Bama that, Bama this, Bama that. They always want to give them that credit, and now they struggled until the middle of the third quarter to the fourth quarter, and they still. Now I bet you the talk tomorrow. Bama is back. Bama is back. We're accustomed to this. We're very much accustomed to it.
Yeah. They ain't gonna, and I guarantee if that was Georgia that struggled with Tennessee Tech for 3.5 quarters, that's all they would have been talking about. But they're gonna sweep that under the rug and make it seem like Bama beat some legit team tonight. That's what they're gonna do. But that's how the media does, though. But see, the thing about it is, that don't translate to the field. That don't translate to the field. And on the 28th, they're going to get exposed. And when they get exposed, they're going to move on to Texas. They're going to start ball riding Texas. And then when we take care of Texas, they're going to start ball riding Ole Miss. Then when we take care of Ole Miss, they're going to start ball riding Tennessee. And they're going to have a new flavor. And then once we take care of all of them, whoever's left standing that we'll have to see in Atlanta, they're going to ball ride them. Because they remember back in 2022, they were trying to ball ride LSU. What if there's a scenario if LSU beats Georgia in Atlanta? A couple of them was predicting LSU to beat us in the SEC championship game. So it's a pattern. It's a pattern with them. It's a pattern with them, but no matter no matter what though, hey, they better get used to it. They better get used to it. And Georgia gonna be around. Georgia's here to stay. Georgia ain't going nowhere. They might as well get used to it. Yes, sir. So we get ready to get
Colorado,
on up. Huh?
real quick. Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Colorado about their team, or is Colorado about Deion Primetime Sanders?
It's about Colorado's about Deion. They're riding the Deion train. Deion enrollment is up. Revenue is up. Boulder is booming. The business economy is booming in Boulder. Deion is about Shador. When Shador graduates and and gets drafted into the NFL, he's gonna move on to another destination.
Mm.
If any other team, any other team give him a call. Let's just say let's just say if Michigan State gives him a call. Because I'm hearing rumors about Michigan State is seriously consider bringing him in. Let's just say he will leave. Because one thing about Deion, whether you love him or hate him, Deion gonna be Deion. Deion is about that money first. He's about that bag. And he's gonna follow the money. He's gonna go where the money is at. He talk a good game like he did down there in Jackson State. And he was swag. I'm swag. I'm here to stay. I mean, come on, man. I knew the first school that called him was he was heading out the door. And the same thing with Carl. When Shador leaves, and if another school comes a calling, he's gone. He's gone. But I tell you where he would be a damn good fit at though.
I know you're gonna say Florida.
Huh?
You're gonna say Florida.
No, not Florida. Hell no. No. That's just like Herschel. Bro, that's just like Herschel Walker going down there to taking the head coach at Florida. You don't go to your rivals. No, the rival school. He went to Florida. He was a Florida State man. What would be a good destination for him is to go back to Dallas, Texas, and coach SMU. That would be a damn good fit for Deion.
In my opinion, Prime should stop coaching.
That ain't gonna happen, bro.
That
ain't gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen, but Prime should stop coaching.
That ain't gonna happen.
Because, and this is my reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Not every ball player for any sport could be a good coach. Prime was just and I hate to say this,
a hype man.
Prime, he was just a tourist attraction.
That too, but
hold on.
Go ahead.
And the reason why I say that is this: you got your $200 sunglasses on. You the only coach in doggone and the college football that have gold headphones.
He's the only coach on the planet that does that. No high school coach, college, or pros does that.
Not near one of them. You got all this. Your son. I was looking at the picture. You know how they do the quarterback comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Wisconsin quarterback, Rigiola, he has a regular football in his hand. Your son has a silver glitter football in his hand. You're nothing, and I hate to say this about another black man, but as of right now, it looks like you just the show pony of Colorado.
I
You can't
mean,
you can't win. You're not winning games you're supposed to win. You're getting embarrassed every time you play a game. Yes, you brought your team back and they won more games they won in previous years, but you're 0-2 this year, or 1-1 this year. You need to stop coaching, bro. This is not your gig. You leave it to somebody who can actually coach a team. And that's how I feel about Deion primetime. And again, just like you, I had a number 21 jersey. When I played football and I started on defense, I was number 21. Then moved to single digits when I moved to offense. I don't want to. Are you messing up your legacy for what you're doing right now? Coaching a team as a football player, it can't. Your legacy is the top of the game. You're the best corner that ever played the game. But as a coach, man, this is not for you, bro. It's not for you.
well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna as a coach, period. I'm not gonna write them off because there's been other coaches that their first gig they were terrible. You know what I'm saying? Mac Brown went to North Carolina his first go round back in the early 90s, and they were terrible. Okay. They were mediocre to terrible. They had mediocre years and they were bad. They didn't win no ACC titles. Okay. And he got another chance at Texas, and he won some Big 12 championships and won a national title. Could have won too if Colt McCoy wouldn't have got hurt in that second one. But Nick Saban, you know, he was, in my opinion, he was terrible at Michigan State. I mean, he wasn't good at Michigan State. They were mediocre. But he went to LSU. He improved, got better at recruiting, won a national title, went into the NFL. He wasn't cut out for the NFL, and he came back to Alabama, and he became the GOAT. You know, Bear Bryant, his first couple of years at Kentucky, he wasn't all that. When he went to Texas A&M, you know, he was a coach at Texas A&M. He wasn't all that. They wasn't winning no national titles, and they was in the Southwest Conference back then. Texas A&M wasn't winning no Southwest Conference titles. They were mediocre. But you know, it took his third job as a head coach at Bama, and he started winning national titles. So I'm not gonna completely, write him off when other coaches are getting second chances and giving jobs and second chances to prove themselves. And I'm not gonna write this brother off because he didn't win at Colorado. Hell, who has won at Colorado since Phil McCartney back in 1989 when they beat Rocket Ismail and them in the Orange Bowl? Who has came to Colorado and won since the Cordell Stewart days? And who has won there? Nobody. So I ain't gonna write the brother off because before he got to Colorado, he took a terrible Jackson State team and they won a SWAC, and they almost won the national title in the HBCU national title. So I'm not gonna write them off. I ain't gonna write them off because other folks ain't getting rolled off. when they bomb. I'm just saying. Let's be consistent now.
No.
Let's be consistent now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other coaches were given second chances. They were given second. They weren't told, well, oh, you just need to stop coaching. You ain't got it. You just need to stop coaching, because at the end of the day, the man can recruit. At the end of the day, no matter what happens this season, he got 2 players guaranteed going in the first round. Not every coach can say that. Not every coach can say that they're gonna put two players in the first round in the NFL.
So are you comparing Deion Sanders to Nick Saban?
No, I'm not.
As
See,
a coach?
you didn't.
No.
Everything I just said, I'm not even finna go into it. Everything I just said, it went right over your head.
No, it did not.
And it's sad that it did, because you didn't even understand. You didn't even understand the point I was trying to make.
Yes,
all right.
I understand.
Because I'm just saying, we are quick to put our own down and give other folks second opportunities.
So
but when one of our own mess up, you just want to write them off and say, "Oh, you need to quit. You don't need another chance." I'm not going to do that to this brother. I'm not.
I am, and I'm gonna tell you
why.
Okay,
well, you can. That's you.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You can do that. You can do that
because I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think Deion is a coach. Yeah, he recruits off of his name alone. He recruits off of what he did back in the day. I'm not looking at him as we need to put him down because some thinks he's over his head at Colorado. No, I'm looking at his coaching. I'm talking about strictly coaching. You went to Jackson, and I don't care about other coaches I don't care about that. I'm talking about Deion Sanders as a coach, as a bona fide coach. You come out. We all like we agreed on. Deion is loud. He's been loud since he's been since he's been playing football. But as a coach, has he backed that up at all? As a coach, has he backed it up at all?
So after 2 years, you just want to just say he need to quit coaching. You no good. Just give it up after 2 years. You know who used to be? Do you know who was exactly like Deion when he was a young coach? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was exactly like Deion. He was Deion. He was terrible at first, but he was given another chance. He learned. He put people around him. Remember the rule of and that's another thing. The problem, I think that Deion, he's not putting the right people around him. He ain't putting the right people around him. Warren Sapp is not a coach. He's not putting. He need to learn how to build a staff. It took Saban a while for him to learn how to build a staff, because that staff he had in Michigan State and Toledo was crappy. He did not learn how to build a staff until he got to LSU. When in comes Muschamp, in comes Jimbo, and in comes Kirby. That's when Nick Saban became Nick Saban, when he learned how to put the right pieces around him. All the great coaches had the right pieces around, even the ones in the NFL. George Halas had great assistants around him. Vince Lombardi had great assistants around him. Paul Brown had great assistants around him. Chuck Noll had great assistants around him. Bill Walsh, all-star coaching staff. Jimmy Johnson, great coaching staff. Bill Belichick, you know he had a damn 5 coaching staff around him. Oh, name a great coach that did not have a good staff around him. You got to have that's the one thing first thing he got to learn how to put a good staff around him. He's still in the learning process. Man, still learning. He in his late 50s. That's young for coaching years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know.
No, I just think
who has won at Colorado? Ain't nobody won jack at Colorado. Even McCarty just said Boulder ain't had this much attention since Mork and Mindy.
That's all it is attention. It's not about. That's what I'm talking about. Where you're talking about attention. You're talking about the recruiting. You're talking about he could be blue.
Whoever said he was going to be able to go in there and turn that program around overnight. Everybody can't do what Kirby did. Everybody can't do what Nick Saban did. It took Tom Osborne, 19 years before he won his first national title? And you want to talk about flashy? Do you know where Deion got all of that from? Do you really want to know where he got all of that from? The late, great, God rest his soul, Bobby Bowden. That's his idol. Bobby Bowden was like a second father to Deion. Do you remember Bobby Bowden, how flashy he was? Bobby Bowden was flashy. Bobby Bowden looked like a pimp on the sideline, brother.
Does flashiness turn into coaching?
Man, Bobby Bowden didn't start. Man, Bobby Bowden took over that damn program back in the early 70s in Florida State. Man, they didn't become relevant until the darn mid 80s. Florida State didn't become relevant until the mid 80s, bro. Come on, this stuff don't happen overnight. So when a brother get a chance at a job, he got to come in and magically overnight win championships. Where these other coaches get 5, 10, 15 years and don't do nothing.
So before we turn it to black and white,
I ain't turning it into nothing. I ain't turning it into nothing. I'm just saying.
Personally, hey, listen. There's some coaches who get fired after 2 years, and they have no, and what do they do from there? Let's think about the brother from what's the brother's name that went to Michigan State and coached, and he got himself in trouble. But hey, I'm gonna go and be a head coach. You're not a head coach material.
If he wouldn't have, okay.
So he's not head coach material.
The only reason why that he is not coaching at Michigan State is because off the field crap. Other than that, he would still be there. All right. Because the man had them in the top 10 at one time. The man had took them. He had them done their back to where they would have been. Like where but the off the field crap happened. But does Deion need to change some things? Yes. Deion need to change some things. Yes, he does. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But at the end of the day, brother, it's his second year as a coach in Division I football. It's year 2.
Yeah,
The beginning of year 2.
Yeah, I think it's more of a popularity contest in Boulder than it is his actual coaching style. That's what I'm saying. I think it's we're going to draw attention to Colorado that can't win a game because Deion Sanders is on the sideline.
But you can't blame all this on Deion. You want to know who if you want to blame the media. The media is always looking for the next big thing. The media is always looking for the next big story. Instead of talking about the greatness of Kirby Smart and his achievements, they would rather talk about Deion because it's the new cool thing to talk about. Whose fault is that? It's the media. It's the media.
So you actually think Deion can coach?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's still a work in progress. That's what I'm saying. He's still a work in progress. Just like in Nick Saban's second year at Toledo, he was a work in progress. Pull the record. He didn't start go in and just start winning, because if he did, hell, why he ain't win? Okay, he started coaching where? Hell, I was in damn high school when Nick Saban started coaching back in the 80s. So you took him from the 80s with 86 to freaking 2003 to win a national title, his first national title. 2001 before he won his first major conference championship. So I mean, I'm just saying, bro.
Okay.
You know, but that's your opinion, though, man. We can agree to disagree. If you think he need to quit coaching and he's not coaching material, that's your opinion. My opinion is I'm saying he's still a work in progress, and it may still be some hope. I'm not gonna write the brother off like that. I'm not gonna write him off. Does he need to change some things? Yes. Do he need to take them damn gold headsets off? Yes. All that flashiness? Yes. But here's the problem. There's something he don't have that Nick Saban had. Nick Saban had people around him to tell him, look, you need to evolve. You need to change certain things. They weren't afraid to go with him and tell him certain things that he need to change. People around Deion are ass kissers. They are too afraid to sit him down and say, hey, look, man, all of this was good back when you was with the Dallas Cowboys and you was prime time and you was dancing in the end zone and all of that was good, bro. But you're a coach now. You're a coach. It's time to switch it up. Take the gold off, take the shades off, brother, and just concentrate on coaching. That, you know, he just don't have anybody around. He don't have I forgot Nick Saban's wife. Whoever Nick Saban's wife is, Deion don't have that. He don't have that strong woman that will stand up to him and be like, hey, look, honey, you need to change this. You want to win. You want to be successful in coaching. This is the route you need to go. All that flashiness and all of that Hollywood stuff and having celebrities on the sideline and all of that, you need to cut that crap out. Bringing Sexy Red and Glorilla and Dojo Cat and all of them on the sideline and T.O. and all of them, that crap needs to stop if you ever want to win on this level. He don't have that right now. He don't have that person around him. But who's to say? Who's to say? I really honestly believe if Bobby Bowden was still in this world, Bobby Bowden would be the one that would talk. That could have been the one to talk some sense into him. But Bobby, unfortunately, Bobby Bowden is not here anymore. But that is his idol. For those of you that are listening, that is that is his idol. That is the man that he looked up to, and he always said was like a second father to him. Bobby Bowden. Go back and pull some of Bobby Bowden old interviews up and tell me you don't hear Deion.
Yeah, I understand that.
Bobby Bowden was a fool,
bro. Nick Saban's wife, his name is Terry.
Terry, yes, Terry.
And then I also have a score to share with you guys.
Deion don't have a Terry, bro. But Terry, hey man, it take a Bama fan to tell you about Terry. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. The score is 20-14, Idaho. Boise, Idaho.
Boise State.
Yep.
Leading Oregon.
20. Mm-hmm.
Man, boy, I tell you.
Boise State.
Boise State. Boise State.
Yep, the state of potatoes.
Boise State.
Wait, hold on. Idaho is the state of. Wait, what's the score? Idaho is beating Boise State.
Boise State is leading.
Boise
Oregon.
State is beating Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
20-14.
20-14. Yeah.
Idaho and.
No, she said it wrong, bro. Boise State and Oregon I'm playing. Boise State is leading
Oregon.
Yeah. 20-14.
Yeah. 20-14.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, Toby said Deion got rid of his girl, Tracy Edmonds. And the thing about it is, I mean, some men, they like that power, and they don't want to share that power with a woman. They don't want a strong woman. They want a yes woman. And Tracy Edmonds, look, she was a powerful woman. I don't think L.A. Reid, not L.A. Reid, but Babyface, hey, like they say, behind every strong man is a strong woman.
When I look at it, this, I'm looking at the player's perspective. You got us here. You got us here to play in Colorado. Only thing in the media and in interviews is nothing but Deion.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that was a terrible fit. I think that was a terrible fit. I said that he shouldn't have took that job in Colorado. It's hard to get elite players out there to Boulder, Colorado. It's just hard. Hell, that's why. Think about it. It's no coincidence that only one coach in the last 100 years has won a national title at Colorado. And that man caught hell winning that one. Okay, so isn't it, I really wish that he would have waited, stayed at Jackson State, and waited to another school would have came calling. I just wish he would have just been a little bit more patient. It was a couple of jobs came open back then. TCU, because he got property down there in Dallas. TCU came open. SMU became available. I really feel like he could have. Georgia Tech would have been a better fit. He owned property up here in Atlanta. In Atlanta, he's well known here in Atlanta. He wouldn't have had no problem recruiting the talent here in the Atlanta area and in northern Florida and South Georgia. He wouldn't have had no problem. He could have had his pick of the litter. I said that. I remember when he accepted the job, Colorado, and I told D-Troop and Jaco, I was like, man, look, I don't know if that's gonna work. I think he, I would have, I probably would have turned that one down because it's not a good fit.
Thank you, Go Dog.
Thank you, Sickle.
Clemson's winning.
66-21. I'm trying to tell you, Clemson, and that's Appalachian State. They don't take no butt whipping like that. Usually, you beat them maybe by 2 touchdowns or maybe 3, but not. You ain't hanging no 66 on them.
Yeah. Dang. They whooped them good.
I'm trying to tell you now. I'm trying to tell you about them Clemson Tigers.
Hey, listen. Let's see. The next game is who?
Who?
Clemson. The next game is who?
Let me see.
They got Big Boy next week, right?
I don't know, man. See, let me tell you, man. Every time I try to click on every time I try to click on the ESPN.com, man, some AT&T, they be. I think it's some kind of hacking scam or something, bro. Every time I try to click on ESPN.com, I don't know what they got going on. Hold on.
But we'll see it the next week. I mean, like you said, Appalachian State don't take no butt whippings like that. But hey,
I ain't never known them take nail like that. Hell no.
They're playing North Carolina on the 21st.
Oh shit. They'll get them. They'll get them. They will get them.
And they're playing Stafford on the 28th of September.
Toby, really? Clemson got too many. What, man? Look, I had a fool tell me that back in 2021 about Georgia.
What they say?
Read that comment, man. I don't even want to say it out loud. I didn't.
Clemson got too many white players.
Roddy White said that. Roddy White made that comment because they was talking about the Georgia game or whatever, and Roddy White was like, "Yeah, they got too many, white players." Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anybody that watch that Clemson Georgia game, there is a bunch of brothers on that team. There's a bunch of brothers on that team, but they said the same thing about Georgia. They said the same thing about Stanford. They used to say that about Stanford. They used to say that about Nebraska back in the days. Hell, they even said that about the New England Patriots. No, I know you joking, Toby. I know you didn't say it. Roddy White said it. Roddy White said it. And they were talking about that earlier today.
If I remember correctly, Clemson's they got 3 brothers that play on the defensive line.
Man, yeah.
I think they got their running back is black.
Man, yeah.
Their receivers are black. I think they got 1 black tight end.
Yes.
Shit, that's half of the damn field right there. So, hey, Roddy White.
And where he getting them from, bro? Where he getting them from? He getting them from the ATL. He recruiting them out of the ATL. That running back. They gave he from the A.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous statement.
But that was Roddy White. Toby was just repeating what Roddy White said. Roddy White, hey, Roddy White, hey, I appreciate everything he did for the Falcons organization, man. But man, Roddy White, that was a boneheaded statement, and he getting some backlash from making that statement because no, man, can't play that card because I saw what I saw. I saw a lot of brothers out there on that field for Clemson.
I saw a lot of black brothers on there on the sideline. I think
Roddy White went to Tennessee. I know, no, Toby, he went to UAB.
He was at UAB.
Yeah, he was at UAB
Caucasian capital of the world.
No, man, UAB, Chocolate City, bro.
Back in the day.
Back in the back of the days. back
Yeah.
in Don.
I know
back
they,
in
I
the
know they
Don.
back.
Back in the Don 60s, yeah, man. But UAB, you walk on that campus now, bro. You'll swear you think you're on damn Spelman and Morehouse.
Yeah.
UAB, bro. UAB Chocolate City, Birmingham Chocolate City now, man. But yeah, Ryder White went to UAB, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryder White, because my class, because remember, UAB was they didn't even have a football program at first. They had it was a basketball school.
Mm-hmm. And Rodney White did play basketball.
No, he didn't play football. He played football. And I remember when they first started their football program, one of my classmates, Josh Evans, he's no longer here with us. He passed away during the pandemic. But he was one of the first players that they recruited when they started their football program. Because UAB was just like Georgia State. All they had was basketball. It was a basketball, no football team. And they finally got one. Yeah. Ryder White was hell. He was a receiver for UAB. He wasn't at Tennessee. I think he's thinking about Dez White. Tennessee had a wide receiver named Dez White.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what
he gave us hell too.
Man, what you talking about? All them dudes gave it. Tennessee gave Peerless Price, man. God done. That damn Peerless Price was no joke, bro. I tell you, man. Man. Yeah. But yeah, Tennessee look good though, bro. They look good tonight. They not only did they win, bro, they went in there. They wore NC State but out. They turned Bank of America Stadium into Don Neyland Stadium 2.0, bro. They was up in there.
Yeah.
They was up in there singing back there. Yeah, bro. They was up in there singing Rocket Top like they was in damn Neyland Stadium, bro.
Gotta give it to them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I retract my words, and I don't even want to watch this game no more. USC is just wearing out Utah State. Yeah, I take back what I said there, Rocky Flop. Still don't believe in you. But at the end of the day, y'all got to win. You got an impressive win.
Mm-hmm. Any word on Nate Frazier, man?
What you mean?
The injury. How serious is it?
I didn't. I have to go and research it.
Okay.
But hey, Robinson looked pretty. I mean, I know it's Tennessee Tech, but he's getting his feet up under him.
Yeah, that confidence. He getting some confidence. They brought Tina Fey back to Saturday Night Live. Oh Lord, they brought that fool back. Yeah. He getting his confidence back, man. That done Chubby and TN, man. That joke on another level. Ooh, wait. Them runs he was making today, man.
Yeah, and again, we know it's Tennessee Tech, but hey, I'm gonna tell you, these are the games that they have to, get their feet up under them. Get hit by somebody else than your teammates. Your teammates gonna take it a little easier on you. They don't want to hurt you, but that Trevor Etienne, boy, hey, and Nate Frazier, oh my goodness, that's what I said. I would love to see.
But woo.
That's something I would love to see. Is that combination right there, Frazier and doggone Etienne to get running 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Jesus, and then put Robinson. Yeah. Then put Robinson back. Put Robinson back there. This is a bruise you up a little bit.
And don't forget, Broderick could be back. maybe in about sometime in October. Broderick will be. He ain't out for the season. He will
yeah,
be back.
yeah. I told you that.
So
Turf toe. Already had the surgery, get recovery, get his mind. And the good thing about turf toe is it's nothing to think about too much. It's just it's a healing process.
mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you another name you want to look out for. He's a receiver. Remember this name because you're gonna hear this name for the next 4 years. Nitro Tuggle.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Nitro Tuggle. I think that's Jesse's youngest son. Jesse the Hammer Tuggle. His
Yeah.
youngest son. Yes, sir. Nitro Tuggle. Remember that name, that
Oh,
man.
hey, listen. There's so many names on Georgia's team that you going as freshmen that you're gonna have to remember. But that Tuggle boy, hey, he got speed on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised they throw him back there to catch a couple punts or kickoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Them dogs gonna be around for a long time. A long time, bro. They're gonna be around for a minute because Kirby, I think Kirby is just, what I would go ahead and do. Let me tell you something, man, what I would go ahead and do. And if I was Brian Kemp is an alumni, and you got Poole. I would put pressure on them alumni and boosters to go ahead and give that man a lifetime contract. Give the man a lifetime, lock him down for 20 years and pay him wherever the hell you got to pay him. Lock him down for 20 years and pay him $15 million a year. I think he's worth it.
Oh, he's been past worth it. He's been past worth it. I think I like that idea. Let's see if we can make some phone calls.
Yes, sir. Nate Frazier said, Sikkim said Nate Frazier has a shoulder injury. Oh boy.
Yeah, he has a right shoulder injury. I was trying to tell y'all, but y'all kept talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Anything that's important.
Right.
Yeah. Go
right
ahead.
shoulder injury. Yeah, he has a right shoulder injury.
How long is it going to be out?
They have not said anything about that. Nothing on that.
Let's see. Kirby be telling lies. That's the only thing about Kirby. You can't get a straight answer out of Kirby.
You sure can't. He ain't gonna tell you. He keeps his injuries under wraps so well.
Yeah, man. You thinking it's minor and man, damn, it's serious. Like George Pickens, man. That year 2021, like every week, he's day to day. He's day to day. He's day to day. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get him back for Florida. He's day to day. Damn, are we gonna get him back for Tennessee? He's day to day. Are we gonna get him back for at least the Georgia Tech game? He day to day. Well, we'll get him back in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like. Hey, he don't like putting his team's business out there too much.
No,
he holds it close to the heart.
Yeah, I give him that. Well, next week we on to Lexington. We on to Kentucky. We need to go in there. Hey, I don't give a damn what South Carolina did. We need to go in there and handle our business and don't take them lightly. We need to go in there hunting. Don't be the hunted. Go in there hunting.
You know what's different about this Georgia team, and I noticed this the last couple of years since Kirby. We don't play down to our opponents anymore. We go out there and we try to start kicking ass at the beginning of the beginning of the game. It didn't show last week, but we don't play down because you remember back in the day we'll play down to our opponents and we're like, oh, bro, we about to lose this game.
Yeah, that was mostly on the Mark Richt. That right there used to piss off a lot of fans about Mark Richt. When we would play down to our competition, we would win games like we would beat Tennessee or we would beat we would beat Clemson and then turn around the following week and lose to South Carolina, a team that we should beat. That used to piss me off, man, for real. We would beat Auburn. We would beat a top-ranked Auburn and then turn around the following week and lose to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is, man. But we're gonna get ready to get on up out here. It's midnight. Gotta get up and go to church. I know me and you both we gotta go to church in the morning. Appreciate everybody coming out. This has been an interesting college football day, and it's still going strong. Oregon and Boise State, that could be an overnight upset, but this has been one of the wildest days in college football history in my lifetime. One of the, I ain't saying it's but it's one of the wildest days. Some things happened today that I couldn't have imagined, that I couldn't have never predicted. I would never saw what happened in South Bend happening. And I didn't think Texas would go in and just blow Michigan out of Ann Arbor the way they did today.
And go ahead and say it, bro. I'm waiting for you to say it. I know
I said you were right, bro.
No,
I said you were right.
Not that.
What?
You said those two games. There's a third game that we need to discuss, and I know he's not here, but we need. Hey, I would never have.
But we had to catch that on there. It's midnight. He ain't here. You know, the thing is, that right there, Hugh Freeze. I will say this: Hugh Freeze has been known. Hugh Freeze line up against Bama. He'll go out there and he'll turn into Bill Walsh. He'll turn into Bill Walsh when he play against Bama, when he play against Georgia, when he play against Texas A&M, teams like that. But man, when they come down to a team that they supposed to beat or beat the brakes off of, they would lose. He did that at Ole Miss. I'll never forget that time they beat Bama and turned around and lost to, I think they lost to Arkansas. They beat Bama and turned around and lost to Arkansas.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, you are really losing the cow, right? But we'll talk about that because, our other co-host was confident. He started the conversation off confident.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that pick on him more than anybody else is me.
Mm-hmm. And I like I told him, I said, all right, man, any given Saturday now, especially when you get out of conference game.
Mm-hmm.
Any given Saturday. Yes, sir.
You're gonna blame it on the NIL deal. Let's get out of here.
All right. You knew how you feel about your LSU Tigers.
Yeah. Are y'all ready for some more football? Yeah. LSU did their thing.
All right. Now they better take care of business next week now. South Carolina.
They better.
Who did LSU play today?
Nicholls State.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I keep muting myself.
They played Nicholls State. They were some of their players came from a JUCO school that was on the Netflix series. Man, come on. They did their thing against Nicholls State Elementary School. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got Rocket Sanders coming in. Rocket Man Sanders coming in next Saturday. So,
hey, everybody, I'll be on. You got D Truth EB Tuesday. On Tuesday, talk about his Auburn Tigers. So you got I will be on Wednesday and talk about Georgia and other games that happened this weekend. Y'all have a good night.
All right. And We will be bringing back SEC Smack and Chat. Me and you knew we'll have to work on the details of that and the format of how we're going to actually do it, but we will be bringing back SEC Smack and Chat, since we have, we're fans of multiple SEC teams, so we're going to open it up and have discussions about different SEC teams. So we'll have a show strictly dedicated to the SEC Smack and Chat. So I'll begin with you new, and we'll be getting that launched here real soon, probably the week of Bama and Georgia. How that sounds,
Sounds great to me.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Sickle. We appreciate that.
All right, Sickle. All right. Appreciate everybody for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button. For those of you that's going to watch the playback, please make sure you hit that like button. Share the video as well. And also leave a comment. Let us know, how do you feel about week 2 and all of this chaos that happened in college football today? All right, Sniper. Last word. I'm going to start with you.
Put your team on the pedestal if you want to. We will expose them. Alabama, Michigan, Oregon. Hey, it is what it is, but y'all got you got to step y'all game up, because in the next week or two, it's going to start big boy ball. And when big boy ball comes around, I don't want to hear no excuses.
Okay. Everyone, thank you all for coming out and joining us this morning on the kickoff show and this evening on the post game show. We'll be back. Well, D-Truth will be doing the War Eagle Zone on Tuesday. Sniper will be doing Dem Dogs, which that will be on Wednesday, correct?
That'd be on Wednesday.
On Wednesdays. We'll announce the time, and like I said, we're working on SEC Smack and Chat. Is under construction right now, but we'll have that launch by the end of the month. And thank you all for supporting the 20 East Media Sports. It's in full operation right now. 20 East Media Sports. This channel is going to be strictly sports. The other content will be on the Terror Dome channel. Okay, so thank you all for joining us this College Football Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Don't get in any trouble. Don't drink too much. Make it home safe. All right. And like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. One more thing. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Sick 'em.
Go LSU. Period.
Is that all you got to say?
No. Thank you for coming, everybody. Y'all have a great evening. And you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. See ya. Bye.